Okay, so I've been getting back in. I've recently gotten into the late fall campaign for Destiny 2. I'm about two missions in, and so far I've discovered that uh, they're after something called the Veil to try and get into the Traveler. And the Witness has sent Calus, a former bad guy um, from one of the seasons or something like that. Plus, he might have been a raid boss too at one point to try and capture this veil. And during this time, they discovered that they have a way of blocking your abilities too with these devices to make it harder for you to get to make it harder for you to take them out. The but something is an interesting side note is apparently one of the streamers had made a comment that there was a release from Destiny that they're going to bring back some old content that had been vaulted, Sparrow Racing from Destiny 1, companions, NPC companions. And I'm finding something interesting is last week there was that lawsuit that got settled that's been running for years about plagiarism with the Red War campaign. And I don't know if it's snuck into what aspects of it were being accused of plagiarism, but it was about the time that all the content between Red War and Forsaken got taken out of the game. Bungie was doing we're trying to conserve space for people in what's it called, consoles or whatever. And now they're talking about all of a sudden, a week after the lawsuit settled, we're going to bring back the this vaulted content and potentially have a better new player experience. It's funny listening to some of the content creators because they sit there going, "No one wants a story. It just matters about how good the gameplay is." And it's like, no, that's not true. Because if we look at every game, like I like to use World of Warcraft. It's like something that's been around forever. Everyone has been building a WoW killer for decades. We're working into the third decade of its life now. And there have been MMOs that are graphically superior. They have more active gameplay. They have more game mechanics and everything, but they all seem to lack a good, coherent story. And ironically, all of these games just fall to the wayside, and World of Warcraft is still there with its cartoonish graphics, which now is like its defining feel. They've been slowly working on improving the new player experience. They don't take out any content anymore. They made that mistake once, and they try not to do it again. Like a few quests here and there get taken out, but for the most part, if you're a new player and you want to know what happened in Shadowlands, you can create a character and go into Shadowlands. You can lock your experience if you want and go through the whole thing from start to finish. Or if you choose, you can jump right to the end and eventually go back to the older content if something story-wise comes up that you want to know about. That's one of the big items behind it too. And one of the other killers that I have with Destiny is so much of the final bits of the story are locked in raids, which means you have to find a group that will like carry you along, especially if you're not a raiding player. I'm a very solo player in Destiny. The most I've done is try to solo some dungeons, and I've gotten pretty close, but without someone to help, it'll probably take me a little bit longer on those. But you can't lock story behind content that not everyone can get to. And that whole elitist attitude is something that World of Warcraft has come around and fixed. They've created it where all the dungeons have a story mode. You don't get any kind of great rewards from it, but you get to see the story. They have LFR raids, looking for raid, where the difficulty is tuned down really low. So even the most not so skilled players can at least see the end. And the rewards are downgraded too, so it's not like you're competing um, for the top tier raid gear and stuff like that. But they tune it down so everyone has a chance to see these stories. Um, and even Star Wars: The Old Republic, with its population being so low, getting people to do these flashpoints is also really difficult. So what did they do? They made it so you could do story versions of the flashpoints where you get like an AI assistant or a computer controlled assistant who comes in and is really powerful. Actually, too powerful in my opinion, but you get to go through and see the story. You get to make the decisions, get your light side or dark side points, but you get to see the story that takes place in those flashpoints. And I'm hoping that's what's happening with Destiny 2 when they say there's going to be like an A or a computer controlled NPC companion or whatever. I'm hoping that so you can do strikes and old content that might have story locked behind it, but that's me crossing fingers. But we'll see on that. But Destiny 2 does have a lot going for it. It does have great gameplay. It is one of the better first person shooter games I've ever played. Um, and bringing back the story will help all the new people who feel lost. Because again, all these content creators who say the story doesn't matter, they've seen the story. They know what's going on. They might not care and not think it's important, but it gave them a reason to get involved with the game. And new players, it's like it's just another shooter. You you can there's dozens on the market, and unless they have a reason to get invested, they won't. But bringing these stories back, well, at least they go, oh, you're not going to play all this old content all the time anyway. And it's like, no, but you need to play it once, or go back to it when you feel like you're a better player and you don't have to focus so much on the gameplay, so that you can focus on the story aspect of what's going on in the mission. I've done the Red War campaign 3 times. I've enjoyed it. It was a really good campaign. I wish I recorded it back then. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they learn their lessons from what's been going wrong, and hopefully Sony pushes them back into the right direction of when Destiny was successful, and not just pull the plug. We'll see what happens, and that's actually why I've been recording these campaigns, because I feel like um, Destiny is at risk of being cut. But and then it'd also be nice for them to take all the content that occurred after the final shape and roll that into the starting quests of Destiny 3, make them like the introductory quests, and then go from there and make a new storyline. The battle between light and dark or whatever was a very well contained story. From the point of defeating the Red Legion, trying to take the power of the Traveler, which kind of released a burst at the end to let the forces of darkness know that, hey, something's going on and it's time to get involved. And that set off a chain of events that eventually ended with the final shape. But whatever happened afterwards, I don't know. I didn't play anything since the final shape. Um, but I plan to. And once, if I get time, I'm not playing this for FOMO reasons. I'm not playing this to, um, like I did before. I don't like that FOMO mentality of the season, so I hope they get rid of that. But we'll see. And so for today, I'm going to hop in. I think I'm on step 5 of 19 for the Lightfall campaign. I'll be able to verify that here in a bit. Let me kick off the app so it can load while I'm talking. But I'll work on whatever the next mission and interlude bits are and go from there. I've also started marking the cinematic marks for in the on my YouTube channel for these. So, yeah, come on. It should kick off at some point. There we go. So as usual, I'm going to do the stop into the tower to pick up any, what's it called, quests, bounties, in case I can earn them. And from there, start with the next mission of Lightfall. Apparently in the near future, they're supposed to be getting rid of all the bounties for, from Banshee. So we'll see, because I think they were trying to push people more towards the portal, and I think people aren't feeling the portal, so they might be pulling back on that idea.
The Foundry engineers are fascinated with the way you combine paracausal abilities with traditional gear. But I'm not as easily impressed. I know you've got more in you. Optimize your loadouts and get those numbers up.
Boy, that's a tough call, because my energy weapons section is like all maxed out. But I already have a pulse rifle in the kinetic section. And, oh, I have 2 of these. So let's see. This gives me slightly increased damage. That's kind of lame. This gives me increased precision damage when near 2 or more allies. Oh, that's a waste. I play solo. Why do I need allied damage? And then this one, yeah, both of these are kind of lame. So this one I'll keep locked, these 2 unlocked.
Even undated computer languages are rich in temporal information. You can date a file by the symbology it uses.
Like the Fine Memorial. So, is that my favorite? That's 314. I have like 3 machine guns. of stasis, arc, and solar. So I don't really care too much about that one. But that's Dragon. That can be nice, but my favorite is the arc one. So let's upgrade you to the 319. And then solar, what's this? I like Dragonfly FX 315. That's the go. I'm really torn on this because I don't have a I have a lot. I'm getting too many exotics, and I can only equip one at a time. We'll just have to collect the rewards out of the post office.
Nice shooting out there.
I need to use auto rifles,
Solid choice.
sidearms, and swords and kinetic. So I have an auto rifle here. I don't. Alright, so I will have to start with the auto rifle. And sword, and then switch that to sidearm as soon as I get the kinetic and auto rifle taken care of. Grenade launcher. I feel like there's a glaive in the heavy slot that I can get. And I have plenty of solar though, so you can go get some thing. Alright, so now we'll get ready to start our quests. So what do we have? Okay, so step 5 of 21, I need to complete the downfall mission. Complete the quest from 0 given by Nimbus and then... Alright.
No substitute for a full magazine.
So I'm going to cut audio and video for now and be back in a bit. Unless something interesting in game pops up for me to chime in on.
Good to see you. Nice. Bearer, you have a dangerous mission ahead of you. Storming Calus' stronghold won't be easy. Normally I'd have more intel before a direct attack.
The Guardian has faced the unknown and prevailed every time. They are equal to the task. The Radial Mast is somewhere in Calus' ship. If you strike swiftly, we can remove it as a threat before it ever reaches the Veil. Enter Calus' fortress, find the Radial Mast, and destroy it.
They're rolling out the red carpet for us. Energy block. Disrupting the circuit should open the door.
Because Calus is smart. He'll have his most powerful forces guarding the Radial Mast.
There's something strange here, too. A powerful concentration of light energy?
Something's not right here.
Wait. A source of paracausal energy. It could be the Radial Mast.
The Shadow Legion have the corridor locked down tight. Even if we could fight through, they'd have enough time to secure the Radial Mast.
There must be more than one path to the Radial Mast. Stand by. I'll send you all the sensor scans we have.
You want them to take an indirect route? We can ill afford to waste time.
I'm working with less. Guardian, do you see that? It's more of that strange darkness energy. What is it doing here? Looks like a dead end. Hang on, I'll reroute us.
You're losing valuable time. This is exactly what I was concerned about.
That statue could have come right out of the Leviathan. Maybe he's still the same old Calus deep down. The Shadow Legion must use this grav lift to move equipment and troops across the ship. It should take us deeper in. I still can't believe my sensors. Could the Radial Mast really be a light artifact?
There's still a great deal we don't know. What is the Radial Mast capable of? How will it affect the Veil? And what is the Witness planning?
All very good questions, but ones that can wait until we've destroyed the Radial Mast and saved your city.
I know what's at stake here, Osiris.
Shadow Legion are ready for a siege, all right. Just look at all these ships.
Calus is ready to annihilate this city. If those ships reach the cryopods, the casualties would be devastating.
Hey, I bet we could help with that. Overloading those energy conduits should do the trick. Are you handling extremely volatile energy? Again?
Again? How often does this happen?
Too often. Ha! Take that! Rohan, you've got fewer ships to worry about now.
An improvised distraction. But an effective one.
And the people of Neomuna will be safer. At least for now.
Tormentor, up high!
At the Radial Mast yet?
No, but we're getting closer. I can sense it.
Good, good. They haven't moved it yet. There's still some time. Focus on the path ahead of you, Guardian. You're almost there.
It's strange. I thought as we got further in, we'd see more of the old Calus. But this... How much has the witness changed him? Osiris has been struggling, but I don't know what we can do to help. If we can do anything. If my angles are right, this grav lift is a straight shot to the Radial Mast. We're almost there.
You have overcome every obstacle so far, Guardian. Do not falter now.
Just look at this place. All these Shadow Legion soldiers. There's a whole army in here.
An army, ready to march on Neomuna. Calus won't leave a single wall or citizen standing.
That won't come to pass, as long as we stop him in time.
Something's wrong. The door just opened for us.
I have a bad feeling. Be vigilant.
That monument must be the Radial Mast. There's no mistaking it. That's light energy radiating from it. Oh, no.
At last you have arrived, God. Welcome to this final test of strength. Alas, this day I have no riches in store for you.
know Calus is bloviating. This is your chance. Destroy the Radial Mast.
So you come with this eager trick. A mere glimpse of the power it can bestow. There is so much more that could be yours if you joined us.
That monument must be the Radial Mast. There's no mistaking it. That's light energy radiating from it. Oh, no.
At last you have arrived, God. Welcome to this fine test of strength. Alas, this day I have no riches in store for you.
No, Calus is bloviating. This is your chance. Destroy the Radial Mast.
So you come with this meager trinket. It is the very means witnesses give. A mere whet your appetite on one of my champions. A mere appetizer for the battle ahead.
The Radial Mast is too well shielded. We can't even scratch it. But maybe we can overload those energy conduits. Another darkness anomaly. Where did it come from? Guardian? Guardian! Not now!
Now you seek true power. What could have been yours? If only you had accepted my generous offer. You cannot escape fated oblivion. Embrace your head.
What's going on?
Hang on, I'm getting a transmission. It's, a set of coordinates inside this arena?
Is this the extent of your strength? Is this all the Traveler's chosen Guardians can muster? Guardian, your recklessness will be the end of you one day. But not today. Kind, daughter, traitor, have you come to disappoint me one last time?
We'll, just show ourselves.
Done. We destroyed the Radial Mast.
We can't. The whole ship is coming down on top of us. We have to go.
We were too late once already. And Calus was able to secure the veil. Now the Radial Mast?
Headlong and empty-handed, Osiris. If you fight the river, it'll sweep you away.
I didn't realize I needed to escape.
Guardian, your recklessness will be the end of you one day. But not today. Kite! Dawn! Traitor! Have you come to disappoint me one last time?
We'll, just show ourselves out.
Is it done? We destroyed the Radial Mast.
We can't. The whole ship is coming down on top of us. We have to go.
We were too late once already. And Calus was able to secure the Veil. Now the Radial Mast?
Headlong and empty-handed, Osiris. If you fight the river, it'll sweep you away.
Made it.
Don't be fooled by his act. The Calus you face is no almighty emperor, but something far more dangerous. A hungry, desperate beast. Once the Cabal Empire and all its bounty was his to command, and his to consume. Joy was his purpose, and his strength, he said. To angst over edicts and enemies was weakness. But I could see in his eyes dread. That his pleasures would soon come to an end, clouding his sight from an incoming coup. I should have killed him then, but I thought exile more fitting. I thought he'd shrivel to nothing in the void of space. Instead, he caught a glimpse of something more. The chance to become greater than he'd ever been, like a war beast after a blood scent. He chased that chance, abandoning all honor, reason. There was nothing he would not sacrifice for his own salvation. And when the witness came to him at last, Calus faced what he had run from all along. If we don't stop him, he'll make sure it's the end for us all.
Empress Keitel's forces will help push back Calus's advances.
We've done nothing but waste time!
I understand. But I cannot lose you again in your eagerness to fight.
It is not the same as before.
I am contemplating your most recent outburst with Strand to see if there are opportunities for improvement.
It was out of control. We did the best we could.
We need to do better! We don't know what Calus and the Witness want, but if it will have an effect on us all, I can't allow that to happen. I must ponder more on these strands. You should consult with the Cloud Striders to consider what our next steps could be.
Osiris.
I'm fine, Ghost. I'll be fine. Go on.
These are precarious times. I came to see an end to Calus once and for all. But, and I say this with considerable restraint, we are not ready. I've witnessed a great many patriarch of the Cabal Empire poisoned by obsession. Gaul with the light, Calus with the darkness. I worry for Osiris. Recklessness can manifest into obsession. He must rein in his tempestuousness to hope to defeat Calus. So in war, the way is to avoid what is strong and strike at what is weak.
We'll kick him out of Neo Luna in no time. That Kyle. Oof. She's something else, huh? Well, look, I was rooting for us. Really, I was. There's no greater joy for me than doing something Rohan would call incredibly reckless. He'll shake his head and say his little catchphrase. Nimbus, headlong and empty-handed. I'm sure you heard it. It's shorthand for, hey kid, stop trying to do it all yourself. We're partners for a reason. And if I screw up and things go south, well, we'll fix them together. The Cloud Arc is still vulnerable. If we can cycle the power, a hard reset like that should kick things back into gear. It's just, this hard reset is deep in Vex territory, and that's where you come in. Osiris and Rohan can go process their differences over some fermented tea or whatever. We're off to go protect the people of Neomuna.
Nimbus is bummed about the outcome of the last mission. They are really rooting for you. They sympathize by recounting Rohan's little catchphrase for such an occasion, headlong and empty-handed, explaining that it's okay to stop trying to do it all by yourself. We're in this together, we'll fix this. Whatever the Witness wants from the Veil clearly involves using the Radial Mast to create some sort of link? So the threat remains high, but right now the Cloud Arc, Neomuna's virtual infrastructure built on the Veil's power, needs our help. I'm sure you've seen the virtual citizens milling about the city. You see, you know what? I'll explain details on the way. Point is, to protect the Veil, we need to protect the Cloud Arc. Your direct assault on Calus failed. Time to try a different approach. Nimbus recommends you check in with Rohan and Osiris at the Hall of Heroes before moving on to the mission Breakneck. Okay, so looks like I'll wind up calling it a break here. So it seems like in our attempt to get the device that could get access to penetrate the veil called the Radial Mast, we tried to do a direct assault on Calus, which wound up failing. Though in the process, Calus's daughter, Keitel, wound up rescuing us and has joined up with us. So it looks like I completed steps 5 through 7 for Lightfall, and when I pick up, I'll pick up at 8 next game session. Looks like I'll have to complete the mission Breakneck to continue the story. But I guess that should do it. Make sure I don't have anything, or just that. That's just do patrols and stuff like, or tasks around the city. All right. So you have a good one.